had a few people ask me to do a look with the Private Society Girl Boss palette. So that's what we're going to do today because I wanted to use it anyway. So I thought, you know what? Why not show it if people want to see it and yeah, and do a fun look. So I am getting ready for work, thus the black clothes. And yeah, today's an interesting day. I'm working a strange shift because our regional manager is coming in, and I'm flattered that my boss wants me to be working when he's there, but at the same time it's a shift that I don't love because it's right in the middle of the day, but whatever, it's one day. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so this is what the palette looks like on the outside. Oh look, the sheet sliding out. It opens up like a little flap like this. And then this one has a brush. Maybe I'll try using the brush just for the fun of it. And these are the shades. So I am actually thinking kind of I really want to use like that micro glitter, this Insta Famous, I think it's called. Yeah. It's like a coppery kind of micro glitter and like kind of the brown shades. So we're just going to kind of see where this goes. I already have my eyeshadow primer on. Today is Tuesday, December 8th. And I've been having so much fun doing my advent calendar stuff, which you guys will see before this video. So I will link it up here if you have not seen my advent calendar. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's homemade by Rena from Boxes and Deals. Did a little, mine's to Clara Barrera, and Clara did one for Rena. And yeah, so it's really fun. Okay, so I think first I'm gonna go ahead and take just this first class. I don't always do this, do like a base shade, but sometimes when there is one, I like to just kind of use it because why not, right? But I think I'm just going to keep it up toward the top for the brightness at the brow bone. So when you watch that, or if you already have watched it, you already will know what happened. But if you go watch it after this, you will know. My washer decided to, or not washer, my dryer decided to stop drying. It still runs, great, blowing air, but it's freezing cold air. And that happened to me on Sunday. And it was a wonderful day. I went to church, everything was lovely. And, okay, let me see here. What do I want to use? I can't use that brush for everything because I'm like just looking at it going, no, I can't do that right now. It's not going to work for me. I'm like panicked, like I can't just pick a different brush. Okay, I'm going to go into CEO here. After church, we went to Starbucks, and it was just the four of us, my husband and I and our two youngest sons. And we went to Starbucks after church, and when we got up to the window, the girl was like, the people in front of you paid for your order. So we were like, oh my gosh, you know, I was like all excited and giddy. And so we paid for the people behind us. And like, that's just so fun to be able to do that. And so that was just a great part of our day, like, and just, I don't know, it was really awesome. And so then we came home and everything was good. And I did 2 loads of laundry. And when I went to get the second one out of the dryer, I was like, I didn't leave because I usually, when my dryer sings a little tune, doesn't buzz. And usually I go right away and get the clothes out because I don't want them to be wrinkly. And when I went to get them out, I'm like, these don't feel very warm. They were dry, but they felt cool. And I'm like, well, that's weird because they usually still feel pretty warm, even though there's like a cooling cycle that happens at the end so that like you don't touch a zipper and sizzle off your fingertip kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? And pretty sure I just spit too, so I apologize. So I was like, well, that's weird, you know. So I had a whole load of jeans and sweatshirts, you know, like things that take a long time to dry. Like, you know, you can't typically hang them. I mean, you can, but it's going to take like forever for them to dry. And when the dryer ended and I went to get them, I was like, these are still wet and freezing cold. And so I started testing things out and realized that the dryer was just blowing freezing cold air. Well, we're a family of 5, and my oldest son does, he works for a roofing and building company, but they've been working a lot on, well, now they're kind of getting out of roofing because of the weather, but they've been building these crunch gyms all over the state and stuff. So he gets really dirty, like his clothes. So he wears his work clothes to work, comes home, takes a shower, puts on other clothes to like go to his girlfriend's or do whatever he's doing, and then comes home and puts on clothes for bed. And, you know, you could wear those clothes that you wore just for a little while again, or the ones you wore to bed, but somehow they miraculously end up in the dirty clothes. So just from him, the amount of laundry that we have in this house is astronomical. So between all of us, like, oh my gosh. So it's kind of a panic situation when you can't do laundry around here, because I basically need to do laundry every day to try to keep up. But anyway, so that happened. Oh, but by the way, my son is at an interview today. So I'm excited. I hope if this is the one for him, I've been praying, like if this is, you know, where God thinks he should be right now, that things will work out great. He's hopeful for it, and it would be a nice change from the job he's been doing. He worked for this company before, went somewhere else for a while, and then came back to this one, but knew it would be just temporary, like it wasn't where he wanted to stay for several reasons that we won't get into. And so he's very hopeful that this, that he's, you know, trying for will work out. Okay, now I'm going to go into brunch here. So yeah, so praying that that works out. I'll put down in the description box or on the screen here something if you got the job. But yeah, so it's funny because his dad and I are not super confident people. He has always had this confidence, and he's like, Mom, when you go into an interview, you have to be confident. They don't want somebody who's not sure of themselves. And I'm like, no, I know you're right. It's just so not me. Like, I am just not a confident person. And so I don't know where he gets his confidence from, but I mean, I'm thankful that he has it. But I'm like, there's a difference between confidence and cockiness, and people appreciate confidence, not cockiness. And he's like, no, I know, you know, whatever, because yeah, they're two very different things. So he was going in with a really good attitude. He's like, why couldn't I do this job? This isn't, you know, hard. I can do this, like, you know, whatever. I could be good at this. So I'm very happy that he goes into things feeling that way. I'm like, just don't be really disappointed if for some reason it doesn't work out. He's like, I know, like, but he's just not really like that. He doesn't like get like down about stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm excited to hear what happens with that, because right now it is 9:38 a.m. and his interview is at 9:30. So yeah, so it should find out in a little while. And then, so anyway, after the whole dryer thing, so I went in, I started looking online, YouTube, fabulous place to try to find information about stuff. And there's all these things about like a reset button that can be pushed, and, you know, try that out and blah, blah. So I pulled out the dryer. Now, my husband obviously is perfectly capable of doing these things and whatever, like would normally do it, but his back is bothering him really bad. He had back surgery. It'll be 2 years ago in February. So when his back is bothering him, like, we don't play around. Like, I'm like, don't touch anything. Just give your back the rest it needs. So I pulled the dryer out and took stuff off. I took it like places apart to be able to get to lint. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is kind of a little public service announcement. If you have not cleaned out, I clean my lint trap every single time between every single load in the dryer. I never don't clean out the lint trap. It doesn't matter. If you think that's good enough, it's not. I could not believe the amount of stuff that was in there. I took out like the screws and stuff and took that vent part off so I could get like a vacuum hose down in there. And then when I pulled the washing machine or dryer out from the wall and detached like the thing on the back, ours has like a slider thing because it's really close to the wall. You know how you have like a tube usually. When I pulled that out, the amount of lint, and it was so caked in there, I literally was having to like scrape with the hose from the vacuum and stuff and get in there. I got like a rag up in there and took it all out. You would not believe the amount of lint. And I'm like, honestly, this is kind of a blessing in disguise, because I can see how people's dryers catch on fire. They say a lot of house fires are caused by, you know, the lint in the dryer or whatever. Seriously, please check yours out, clean it out, just pull it out. It doesn't take that much work, and just take it out and clean it out good, because that really kind of freaked me out when I saw that. So I'm thankful now that you know, this happened to the point so that I, you know, like, even though I, you know, keep that cleaned out, and I usually vacuum down once every probably 6 months or something in like the lint trap area, and, you know, try to get stuff out of there. Oh, it's not enough. It's not. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyway, so yes, please check your dryer. You do not want to have your house catch on fire because there's lint in your stuff. Like, that would be so stupid. But anyway, I just got all like frantic about it. I just couldn't believe it. Seriously, I kept saying to my husband, oh my gosh, you would not believe this. Oh my gosh. And he couldn't see from where he was at, but I'm like, he could hear it sucking up in the vacuum now, and was like looking at me. I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, you could make a blanket out of this stuff. But anyway, so I cleaned that all out and got in there and pushed the reset button, and unfortunately that didn't do the trick. So I did more research about what it could be, and there's like some common things are like the thermal fuse and the high something thermostat. Can't think of what the word is right now. But anyway, so I just went on and found the parts for my machine and ordered them, and they should be here today, overnighted, because I ordered them yesterday. Because Sunday night I was searching through and stuff, and I was so tired, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to get up in the morning and deal with this. So, because I had already been crawling around and was covered in lint and everything. I had it all in my hair. It was fabulous. But so this little brush here, I actually like that came in here. Okay, and then I think I'm going to take a little bit of this Frye down here, just to deepen up right at the corners there. I'm going to use this end of the brush for that. But yeah, so those parts are supposed to be here today. So I was kind of bummed that I work a weird shift, because usually I work in the mornings and, you know, I'm home early afternoon. And I'm like, that way I can get home, get, you know, the parts should be here. But then again, our mail person came at like 5 o'clock yesterday, so who the heck knows. And, you know, get working on this and hopefully have it work, because I need to do laundry. Like, yesterday I told my husband, I'm like, it's so weird. I keep thinking, oh, I need to go throw a load of laundry in, because it's like basically an everyday thing. And like, I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, it made me feel panicked or something. You realize how it makes you, or me anyway, like so thankful that I have, you know, laundry facilities at home, because I know so many people don't, and I just cannot even imagine with, especially with a bigger family, having to go to like a laundromat and stuff for your clothes. Thankfully, we live 10 minutes from my parents or his parents, so if I really needed to, I could just go do laundry at one of their houses, but still not convenient, obviously. But yeah, so hopefully those parts get here today and are the fix that I need, and it seems pretty easy to get in. It sounds like it takes about 15 minutes to take things apart and put those in where they need to go. So that is the plan for today, so we shall see how that goes. But I actually fixed our old washer several years ago. I can't remember what the issue ended up being, but I researched about it and did it, and I felt so accomplished. And so I told my husband, I'm like, no, it's kind of fun to me to like kind of take this project on as mine, because he's like, I feel, you know, bad, like I can't get down there and get it. And I'm like, no, who cares? Like, I should be able to do stuff on my own, you know, like I shouldn't need him to do everything like that. So yeah, it's like, will be like a sense of accomplishment if I fix it myself. So I'm excited actually about that. As I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna feel like a boss if I fix this all by myself. Girl boss, how appropriate. I'm such a nerd. But yeah, so that is what's going on around here. So hopefully that all works out, and you see in that other video, or I'll put it up here actually, if I got it fixed or not, because I don't really want to have to buy, well, and the parts ended up being, I found a coupon code and stuff. Okay, and I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to go into that Insta-Famous, which, oh, so pretty. It's going to be so pretty, I can tell. You know what, though? I might actually I'm going to do a very light, because those aren't super opaque. So I'm going to take that CEO and just do it very lightly on my lid. I don't want it to be too dark, but just a little bit of like a color base, I think. maybe. But yeah, the parts ended up being, after the coupon and stuff, like just under $50. So if I can fix this for just under $50, because when I was reading all these different like forums and stuff, people are talking about like repair people coming out and how like the part that needed to be fixed was like 20 some dollars, but then they charged like 170 for labor. And you know, they're showing that you need to take apart your whole machine to get to this, but you totally don't, because just taking the tube off the back, I can reach right into where they are. So some people are like showing like, no, all you have to do is this. I don't know why they're showing that. Like, or why repairmen would come out and take your whole machine apart when all you have to do is take this off the back and reach in, like whatever. So I was so thankful for all that information. So like when you do something, like if you learn something about like fixing something or something, like sharing the information is so awesome because it helps people so much. Like, so yeah, if you have like some good find like that, like share it. Like that's amazing. So I'll let you know if this works and then I'll let you know about it. Okay, now I'm going into that color. I don't have to show it to you again. I already did. So like, oh, so pretty. Oh, I love it. Yeah, very more like a topper. So I'm glad I put a little bit of color down to just kind of give it a little something. My look is going to be very simple today, I think. But sometimes simple is nice. Like, sometimes you don't want, well, and since, not that it matters, like the regional manager is going to have an issue with me having makeup on, but I mean, just kind of nice maybe to not be super crazy when that's happening. But yeah, here's hoping that fixes things and I can get my laundry done and that it won't be something like the next thing to fix would be like the heating element, which isn't super expensive, but of course spending any extra money, especially right now, is not ideal. So we'll see what happens with all of that, but I'm really hoping that this is just a fix and I get it taken care of and voila, because it sounds like that's the most common thing. That's why I ordered those parts, because what my machine is doing is like, you know, that's the common fix for other people who had the same situation. And so here's hoping, right? All right, I actually am gonna take that First Class again, that just that light shade right there, and just kind of take it along the top, just to bring that light up there again. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my face makeup and all that good stuff, and we'll be back. Okay, I wanted to mention, I've been using this face palette, and it looks like this. Not so much this translucent powder, but the bronzer, blush, and highlight. And I have really been liking the way it looks on my skin. So I've very much been enjoying that and been using it quite a bit since that first video, which if you have not seen yet, when I used the Smoke Show palette from Private Society and used all of the face products and stuff, I'll link that up here for you. That is one of my most favorite looks ever. I'm like pretty much obsessed with that smoky eye at this point. But so, okay. So we're going to go ahead and just get into doing the lower lash line. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take Frye, so that dark one, and run that right close to the lash line. And then we are going to smudge it out a little, smoke it out, whatever. I can't wait to hear how my son's interview goes. It's like not like his dream job or anything, but it's just something for now, and that will be much better. He's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do. He, you know, kind of goes back and forth with the idea of going into a trade. He mentioned the other day that he might go back to college, so you know, he's just trying to figure it out and that kind of thing. And so, you know, this would be a good job to be bringing in steady income, not be, where he's been working, he's driving like at least an hour one way, a lot of times more. And so he's, you know, kind of tired of that, and especially during the winter and that kind of stuff. So this would be like a 20-minute drive, which would be so much better. And very easy driving, like not city driving. And that kind of thing. And he loves to talk to people. He's very good with talking to people. So it's a kind of job where he'd be doing that a lot. So he, you know, is excited about that. And okay, now I'm going to go into CEO right there and just kind of smudge that underneath. Or like with that dark there. Soften it up a little bit. Yeah, so I think he would be fantastic at it. It's basically sales, what he's interviewing for. And yeah, he's just got that kind of a personality that, you know, he's good with talking to people and stuff. So, which is funny because that also is not me or his dad. So it's just kind of funny how your kids, like, you know, like we're all individuals, even though like some traits and stuff from you, you know, your kids get and stuff, God still makes us all completely, you know, unique and individual. And so I think it's cool, even like with the athletic ability with him, he's always been really good athletically, like it's ridiculous. And then my middle son with, you know, his musicality with drumming and stuff, I can't talk, but like that's not from either of us. So it's just really cool to see like how that works out. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use this socialite right here that's got a slight shimmer to it to just put in my inner corner there. Yeah, but I love seeing how different all three of my boys are. They all have like just, now my youngest one kind of takes more of like the oldest one as far as like really loving sports and that kind of stuff, where my middle son does not care about that at all. Like he was on the bowling team and did really well with that, but he doesn't care about like watching sports on TV, and like he wasn't into, you know, basketball and stuff. My oldest played football 1 year, but then he played soccer and basketball all through school. He's played basketball since he was just tiny. And then my youngest one played soccer for several years, and he has loved basketball as his love. So it's just kind of cool to see how different your kids are. You know, I'm going to take a little bit more of that and just put it right up at the brow bone here. Yeah, I like that. I needed that. All right, and then I am going to use, which I wanted to show you guys, this brush is pretty good, and it says Girl Boss on it. How cute is that? I never, like, I would have to look through my palettes and see which ones have brushes. I've never used a brush that's in a palette, and I know there's a lot, like, I think, don't like all the ABH ones have them? I've never touched it. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so I am actually going to use this Avon Glimmer Sticks in Sepia. I never remember if it's sepia or sepia. Sepia, right? I don't know. I say this every single time. You'd think I would look it up so I know what I'm saying and don't sound like an idiot, but nope. You're welcome. So it looks like this, and I love this. I got it in an Ipsy, and I use it all the time with these types of, you know, colored eye looks. So I'm going to do that and my liner and mascara and all that stuff, and come back and show you my lip color because it's new. And we'll just wrap this up. Okay, and here is my finished look, and I am loving this lip. It's actually just Believe Beauty from Dollar General, and it's in the shade Foxy. It looks like this. I have heard people talk about this formula being really nice, so I was like, I'll try it. It was on sale one day when I was in there, and I was like, I'll go ahead and give it a try. This color, I'm so glad I picked this color because it's like the perfect kind of nude shade for me, I feel like. You guys will have to let me know what you think, but I really like the way it looks. As soon as I put it on, I was like, oh, like that doesn't really happen for me very often. So yes, very much enjoying that. So I'll see how it wears and that kind of thing, because I love the idea of, who am I? But really been liking like liquid lips that dry down that I can wear under a mask, so that when I take my mask off, I don't look like a crazy person. Not a crazy person, but like if you put other lip stuff on, it might smear. So that would make you look like a crazy person. But like otherwise it just looks like so blah when you have nothing on your lips, but your makeup is all done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like a crazy person. That might have been a little extreme. but just like it makes me feel more put together, you know. So yes, so this is my first look with the Girl Boss palette. Nothing like super crazy or anything. But I would like to use that Jet Setter shade right there. I mean, come on, how can you not want to use it? And just even like, for some reason this VIP, which is like a chocolatey shimmer, like that looks really pretty to me. And so, yeah, I definitely want to do like a look, and even to do more of a pink look, because I don't typically do those, and use like Jet Setter and what's that called? Status Symbol right there. Would be very pretty, I think. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy seeing a look with the Girl Boss palette. If you'd like to see me do a look with the pinks, tell me, I'll do that for you. And I'm gonna head out to work, and I'm gonna pray my son gets that job if it's meant to be, and I'm going to pray that the parts come in today for my dryer and that I'm able to fix it and it works amazingly, and you guys will know. And so yeah, hopefully it's a really good day. It's gonna be a good day anyway, because you decide that. Like, circumstances don't, you determine that. So I hope that whatever you guys are doing today, you find something to be joyful in, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.